Are you guys ready for your headliner this evening? All right, you guys. Hey, this guy puts on this show. He puts on multiple shows. He works his ass off. He's crushing it at all the comedy clubs around here. Give it up for my guy right now, Mr. Ryan D, everybody.
We did it! We're here. Yeah, come on. All right, thank you. Oh, shit. Guys, wait. What if I suck? No, we're here. We fucking did it, guys. Comedy at the Dollar. We've been doing it for 2 fucking years here in this place. So, yeah. This is awesome. I'm so excited. We're very happy you guys are here. I could have done this anywhere with the taping and the, the audio recording and all that shit, but I decided to do it here because I figure this is where comedy really gets conceived, is in like bars, you know? You can go see comedy at a comedy club and it's well rehearsed and all that shit, but this is where the stories come, like when Greg passed out, we almost locked him in the bar. Or that guy almost got the dart thrown in his eyeball. Or that time that Mike made us change the channel because 2 black guys were making out. We didn't know if that was racist or homophobic. We couldn't figure it out. That's where those stories come from, dude. This is where comedy is conceived. It's booze and cum, Drown our sorrows. And we make jokes. I don't know, I just feel like we needed it here, because no good story ever came from so I was sober, sitting on my couch. Unless you were abducted by aliens, that story sucks, Not the Mexican kind, the third kind, But even those stories, the best abduction stories are 2 hillbillies drunk in a field somewhere, so... We did it. We're here. So excited. Yeah, all right. Been reading some crazy shit in the news, guys. Crazy shit. Did you hear about this guy that was he sent pipe bombs out to people, to Trump's enemies? Some of Trump's enemies. By the way, he should have sent more than 13 if we're gonna fucking talk about a list of Trump's enemies. And one of them went to Robert De Niro. Bobby De Niro, yeah. And I was like, that's kind of, that's the nerve of this guy, because even the mob couldn't blow up Robert De Niro at the end of Casino. What makes you think you could do it, man from Florida? Everyone knows when you're trying to whack somebody, you hire Joe Pesci. What the fuck? Idiot. They tried to boycott In-N-Out, guys. My favorite burger joint right here up the street, In-N-Out. They tried to boycott In-N-Out. Yeah, because they donated some money to the Republican Party. Who gives a shit, dude? Dude, In-N-Out could do no wrong. I posted this on Facebook. I'm like, In-N-Out could resurrect Hitler, and I'd still go get my 3x2s. And some fucking weird guy on Facebook was like, well, that's a real mediocre hill to die on. Fuck you, bitch. I'm dying on this hill of French fries and diabetes. Those are my burgers. Yo, burn your Nikes all you want. Don't fuck with my burgers, dude. I could roll up to an In-N-Out in the drive-thru and they could be like, hey, we're supposed to start telling people we actually make these burgers with people meat. And I would still sit there and go, what kind of people? Because I need to know whose ass tastes that good, dude. I always read about some new disease coming out too. How would it be to be what happened to fucking confidentiality? Like patient, doctor, wasn't that a thing? Now sometimes there's a new disease and that guy is forever that guy who discovered that disease, right? Magic Johnson played for the, he's forever AIDS guy in the NBA, because he was the first guy to get, HIV or whatever, but still, everyone calls him AIDS guy. That's just, he's forever that guy, I had a friend that worked at a hospital. He wasn't even the doctor or a nurse. He was the guy who swept the hallways. And this doctor got a patient that was so out of control, he had to tell somebody. So he walked out of the hallway and he told him about this guy who got a banana stuck up his ass. He just walked out of the examination room. He's like, dude, you gotta hear this. Come here. The guy, he didn't even work there. He was just a fucking janitor. He goes, you gotta hear about this guy. He's got a banana stuck up his ass. But that's not even the funny part, right? Like, the funny part was he told him the story that the guy told the doctor. So, according to guy with banana stuck up his ass, he was just minding his own business, sweeping his kitchen floor. And then a rat scurried across the floor, and he went, whoa! And he jumped into his fruit bowl, and a banana went up his ass. Now I want that story to be true so bad. Because then we know, well, first of all, we know two things about this guy. One, he cleans his house completely naked. And then two, he's really terrified of rats. But also, I want it to be so true because for the rest of his life, he has to try and prove that to somebody. And then he's just gonna fucking be like, fuck it, I put it in my ass, dude, all right? So tired of trying to convince people. Can I get a beer up here? Can somebody bring me a beer? Rogue Dead Guy, somebody bring it up here. Yeah, Rogue Dead Guy, not Tony's Dead Guys, but yeah, she's coming, okay? All right, I said a Rogue Dead Guy. God damn it. So anyway, where are we at here? Fucking Silver Dollar Saloon. Guys, you guys can quit guessing. I'm half white, half Mexican. I came out Asian. I'm not sure it happened. I grew up right here down the street, El Monte, California, yeah. So when I tell this joke, I'm talking about this bar, right? So I like to get loaded up my bar, this bar, and then walk home because I'm responsible, right, guys? So anytime I get stopped by like some cholos on my way home, they're like, hey, Holmes, where you from? I'm like, Raider Nation? All right, thank you. They're like, orderly going through. It's like the Billy Goat story, like I gotta tell the Cholo troll the right shit to get by. I'm like, fuck the Red Sox. He's like, fuck yeah. You may pass, homie. Said the right shit, dog. It's funny, man, because I was raised by my stepdad, who's Hispanic, and my mom's Hispanic, so when I introduce people to my dad, they're meeting my stepdad, so people get kind of confused, right? You know, when I introduce them to my dad, they're like, oh, I thought you were half white. And I have to explain to them, like, sometimes the white ones leave, too. You know, my biological father, I call him the donor, he showed up here one time to watch a show. And he sat up front, and I had to do those jokes, and I just didn't hold back, right? I was like, giving it for my dad. He finally showed up. After. I was like, it only took about 25 years for him to pick me up from soccer practice, but shit, he finally came. I didn't hold back for a second, man. I threw him out under the bus and everything. And then after the show, he has the nerve to tell me that I've gained weight. Compared to what, by the way? When the fuck have you seen me? I'm like, yeah, I might have looked a lot bigger since baby pictures, fuckhead. So he points at my belly, and he goes, you got a bit of a beer belly going on. And I said, yeah, it was expensive. He goes, you spend a lot of money on that, did you? I said, yeah, about as much as you own child support. And we had to sit here, and when I did those jokes, it was like, I had known that day was going to come at some point, he was going to come down and watch the show. But I was like, I knew this day would come, just didn't think it would be here, or whatever. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's like 5 blocks from your house and free. Like, of course it'd be here. Look at this, he didn't come tonight, it's only $5. He ain't buying tickets to see me. I feel like being mixed in LA has its perks, though. I feel like the Mexican half keeps me from getting shot by cholos, and the white half keeps me from getting shot by that other gang out here, LAPD. Yeah, Monte PD. Okay. I think they're a little more lenient there. He's all, hell no, I just got out this morning. Hell no, they'll take me away tonight. He's like, I'm on house arrest right now. I shouldn't even be here. Don't call us parole officer, guys. Oh shit. I live in East LA, guys. I live in East LA. Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. You know, it's all right. I've almost ran over so many Mexicans on accident over there. Because it turns out Mexicans love crossing streets illegally just as much as they love crossing borders, guys. I almost took out an elote man at fucking 3 a.m. Oh, shit. I woke up early on a Saturday one time. And I took a walk, probably to get beer. I don't really remember what it was for, but I walked through an alley, and the alley by my house has like an ice store, which is just what it sounds like. It's just a store that sells ice. And it was packed on Saturday morning, and I couldn't figure it out my whole walk, right? I was like, why is this fucking so popular right now? What is this shit? And then I'm walking back, and it dawns on me. I was like, oh, yeah, for all the street vendors, for the Raspados and all that shit. And I was like, oh, I think Donald Trump is missing a golden opportunity here. He can open up an ice office and just put shaved in front of it in East LA, and every immigrant is going to walk right into that bitch. We're going to catch every single one. He'd be like, I got this great idea from Senator Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, thank you. Oh, shit. So stupid. I just picture Wile E. Coyote like in like a suit too. He's got like an Acme anvil or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's just funny. Oh fuck! Guys. Where are my metalheads at? There we go. There we go. I love heavy metal so much. I love being a metalhead because it's like being a part of a cult that you never signed up for, but you're just in that bitch for life, you know? Cause like it's the only genre of music that you can just see somebody with a t-shirt you recognize. Like guys, okay, just an experiment here. What happens when you see somebody with a Slayer t-shirt across the street? Exactly. Greg, leave it up to Greg to ruin a joke. So everyone yells Slayer, and then you become best friends. Like, and no words were even said. You became best friends. They're like no other genre of music does that, you know? Like you'll never see a guy and go Nickelback. If you ever see anybody do that, take a picture because they just found the only other Nickelback fan, dude. Don't awe that. They're Canadian. They're not even a real country. Used to be in a metal band before I started doing stand-up. Yeah, so needless to say, my parents are very proud of me. Right? I was in this band. We did all kinds of great shows. We had this really big sold-out show with our merch. We had our new EP out, and we had a scout there that was gonna manage us, and he was gonna do all this cool shit for us. He just wanted to check us out that night, and my singer decided that was a great opportunity to get fucking loaded. So we go up to the stage and he hits the guitar, bang, one note, and just goes, "Fuck you." And then he fainted and almost hit the back of his head on my drum set. And then we quit because that was the most rock and roll move anybody had ever fucking seen. Can't close with anything else but that. Then we have to go on tour with him just fainting. Find it hard sometimes, you know, sometimes you meet a lot of musicians. I still play drums. You meet a lot of, mostly with guitar players, they're really pretentious. So every time I meet a guitar player and they tell me they play guitar, I go, "Oh, what kind of music do you play?" And they could never give me a straight fucking answer. It's always like, "Oh, well, it's like some real, you know, progressive shit. You just wouldn't understand it, right?" Like, I've been playing music for like 10 years, man. Try me. It's like, "Well, it's like Black Sabbath meets like mariachi with like a little taste of Kids Bop." It's like real progressive shit, you know? Oh, man. Drinking, everybody drinking? Yeah. Getting fucked up? Good. Don't drive home. I like drinking. You know, I drink a lot. Some people say alcoholic. I say fun. I drink before I do a lot of things. I drink before I pay my bills. Drink before I babysit. You guys need a babysitter?
I don't have a baby.
Okay. So I had these words come out of my mouth the other day. I had some beers and then I was getting in the car, behind the wheel. Not my proudest moment. But my buddy goes, "Wait a minute, man. Are you too drunk to drive?" And these words came out of my mouth. "Nah, dude, I'm just like regular right now." And like only drinkers know what that means, right? We just chilling tonight. Like, come on, don't be silly. I'm always like this. But then he put that thought in my head, like, what if I get pulled over? Like, would that be enough to get out of a DUI? Like, if the cop comes and he knocks on my window, he's like, "Son, are you drunk?" I'm like, "No, officer, I'm just regular right now. I'm no more drunk than I usually am, you know?" Oh, man. Anybody in here work an office job?
In my car.
In your car. We tried this joke already. So I work, you work in an office, right? Okay, so I used to work in an office. I had to quit my job working in an office, though, because, well, not even because of the depression and I wanted to kill myself. That was part of it, but, like, I can't stand having to sit next to somebody I work with, shit next to them, and then have to see them again for the rest of the day. Like, in the office, it's close quarters, so you're constantly shitting next to people you work with all day long, right? And you always look at the shoes, so then you know who it is. I was the only guy wearing Chucks and Vans in the office every day, so everyone always knew it was me. And what is it about older white people that love talking in the bathroom? I worked for this multi-billion-dollar corporation, and these two CEOs loved chatting it up while playing battleships. Who the fuck knew this was a thing? Just ignoring all the sounds coming out of them and just talking. I mean, they're being courteous in the handicap stall, because that's my favorite. And these guys just letting it loose, whatever. And then 3 wipes, and then they walk out. 3 wipes? Like, dude, even on a good day, it takes me like 25. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I doing something wrong? This guy just wiped 3 times and he's gonna go the rest of his day. Like, either he's got a clean ass or he's walking around with a shit ass all day. You know, like, there's only 2 options. Shitty ass. I call shitty ass, so I can't work with somebody with a shitty ass. I had to quit. I knew there was like at least a handful of shitty asses in that office. They tried to get me in trouble. They said, "You've been late all week. We need you to start showing up on time. I was like, first of all, Dan, you have a shitty ass. I don't take orders from people with shitty asses. You wipe like a toddler, and I don't work for toddlers. I quit this bitch. And then I had to work next to this woman. I had a cubicle. Yeah, real fun. And this woman next to me would always come and try and talk to me as if we already had these conversations. She'd like start talking about her kids and shit. She'd be like, yeah, so Jimmy's failing math. I'm like, cool, bitch, didn't ask. You guys know her. Her name's like Janet, or it's Jeanette, but it's spelled Janet, and she just likes to be a bitch. She came up to me. My mom's a breast cancer survivor. Stand up, Mom. Or sit. Yeah. So my mom's a breast cancer survivor. So around the time she was going through treatment, I was doing a lot of, benefits and stuff to raise money for her treatment. So as I was working at this place, this woman knew about this, and she comes up to me and she goes, "How's your mom doing?" And I go, "Oh, thanks for asking. She's doing all right. Chemo's a bitch. She's real tired all the time. But she's staying positive. I think she's really going to get through it." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I come from a really healthy family, so I just wouldn't know what that's like." Swear to God, that's what she said. So the next time, I just kind of sat on it. I just waited. The next time she came over to my cubicle to tell me, like, Jimmy was failing PE. I was like, my mom didn't raise a bunch of fucking idiots, so I don't know what you're talking about. Let me back up a bit. I actually ran into the donor recently. Guys, how about this for some crazy shit? It's not even a joke. Ever since my mom and my stepdad divorced, my stepdad and the donor live next door to each other, guys. That's not a joke. That's my life. I went over to visit my stepdad for dinner, and I ran into you-know-who, and kid you not, he rolled up on a BMX bicycle. Just to give you an idea of what this guy looks like, he was wearing cut-off sweatpants, socks and sandals, one of those reflective jackets, and he was missing a front tooth. I mean, so he rolls up and he goes, "Hey, bud, how's it going?" Like, "That's the best you got, dude? All right." He's like, "How's your car doing?" I go, "Clearly better than yours, man." He goes, "Yeah, I'm like pushing 50, rolling around on a BMX, like real embarrassing, right?" I was like, "Yeah, you said it." And then short-lived, awkward conversation, and then I shit you not, he goes, "Well, see you later," and pops a wheelie. And then, and I was standing there with my girl, and she just goes, "Whoa." I was like, "I know. My dad is so fucking cool. Did you see that wheelie? He went like 4 feet. So cool. That was a GT too." Like, what was it like? Honestly, like, now that I think back on it, I'm like, did he really think I was just gonna be like, "You're so cool with that wheelie, dude"? Like, God damn it. Oh, I was forgiven. That was a dope wheelie. Oh, shit. Recently got engaged, guys. I like just saying it because you guys gotta cheer either way. It's true, though. Just kidding. So, I got engaged. We got engaged in New Orleans. That's where I proposed. New Orleans is a dope city. Have you been there? Yeah. Oh God, I love it so much. It's like where all the cool shit that black people invented lives before white people ruined it. It's pretty awesome. And so we were there, City of Jazz, and at the Airbnb we're staying at. For some reason, these guys were like playing country music because they were from Texas, and I was like, okay, whatever. These are our roommates for the week, whatever. So but it kind of got to me. And I was like, hey man, you guys are really in the country, huh? And the guy looks at me. He goes, look here, Tammy. My name's Ryan. And nobody called me Tammy. He goes, in Texas, if you don't like country music, you're either queer or Mexican. Which I was offended, you know? Because I've been at plenty of Mexican weddings, and the minute Achy Breaky Corazon comes on, you're all line dancing. You love country music. I don't even know the name of that song. I really don't. But everyone knows the fucking moves, you know? It's funny, man, because I have friends in Texas who were reaching out because of the fires, but they were affected by Hurricane Harvey. So I was reaching out to them around that time, and that time was weird because you guys know how it is when you go like to the when you go to the grocery store. They always try and add on other shit to like guilt trip you into donating, right? They're like, do you want to donate to LA Children's Hospitals or do you want babies to die? I'm like, bitch, I'm paying for this with EBT. Like, I ain't. What the fuck? Do they need eggs? I can get some milk, maybe? What the hell? So around that time, I walked up to the checkout stand and the lady goes, do you want to donate a case of water to Hurricane Harvey victims? I was like, I'm pretty sure they got enough, man. Maybe you guys are sending them too much water. You guys ever think you're part of the problem here? They're drowning out there. So you got a case of sponges to send, stupid? Like, what are you doing? Line up some canoes to add on to... Oh, man. Speaking of shopping, the holidays are coming up, guys. Woohoo! The holidays! Holidays are always super weird for me because I realized that my grandma's a great gifter, which is like such a white dude thing to complain about. But like I'm such a geek, I'm into the same shit I was into when I was 13, like Spider-Man, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, masturbation. So she gets me great gifts around Christmas time, and I didn't realize how embarrassing it must be until like this past Christmas. Like it must be for her to go check out all this stuff. She's gone to the checkout stand at like Target, and the lady be like, "Oh, cool. Well, who's all this stuff for? The little guy's gonna love it." She's like, "Oh, it's for my grandson. He's gonna love all this stuff." She's like, "Oh my God, like Transformers, like Ninja Turtles. He's gonna love all this shit." How old is the little guy? 28. And then, then I don't know if like the poor checkout lady thinks my grandma has dementia. Or she's just taking care of like a 28-year-old man-child or something. The joke's retard, but you're not allowed to say that anymore, so I just decided to I don't know. All right. The holidays. I grew up Catholic, right? Anybody else? Catholics, yeah. They're all alcoholics. All the drunk people in here are Catholics, right? I feel like Catholics invented communion. Like it just took one irritated lady in the back of Mass. She's like, Padre's been talking for 45 minutes. I need a glass of wine and a crouton. Like, make that happen for me. Grew up Catholic, guys. I don't understand why it's okay for, people, grown adults, to tell children that Santa Claus isn't real at some point. But when you're another grown adult telling another grown adult that you don't believe in Jesus, they freak the fuck out. Yo, Santa Claus is way more real than Jesus in my book, guys. So I'm saying, we throw a party for this guy every year and he never comes. Santa Claus shows up every year. I see him on my neighbor's roof. I see him inflated on the lawn. He's at the fucking mall. I have photographic evidence that Santa Claus exists. Have you ever seen a mall Jesus? I didn't think so. Whoa, thank you. All right, we're wrapping up here. I know you guys are getting a little drunk, but a little? All right, take it easy, fuck. I called him a fuck, that's so weird. I grew up Catholic, but I went through all my sacraments. I'm a confirmed Catholic, believe it or not. I told a stranger behind a curtain I jerked off a few times. He was really interested in that story. I was about 10. Hey, yeah. So you guys are sharp. Usually I have to fucking tell people that that's a joke there. They're like, I don't get it. But I've been gravitating towards Satan a lot lately. Like, mainly because that guy's never asked me for anything, you know? Like, according to my church, he's given us premarital sex, substance abuse, masturbation, and rock and roll. And those are my 4 favorite things, dude. Like, how am I not supposed to be friends with this guy? You know, Jesus had all these favors you had to do for him to be your buddy. You know? It's like 20 Our Fathers and 40 Hail Marys after you told a stranger you jerked off, and then you're like, yeah, I could do that, or I could, like, jerk off and listen to The Unforgiven by Metallica. And that sounds way better, Padre. Jesus seemed like that annoying neighbor that borrowed shit and never returned it, comes over knocking on your door, he's like, hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm just kidding, I hear your fucking prayers, I know how you're doing. Listen, I need you to come to my house on Sunday, and like, every Sunday. All right, sure thing, Jesus, what are we gonna do when I come over on Sunday? He's like, well, I got some friends coming over, we're gonna sing some songs, we're gonna drink a little bit of wine, and talk about, me. Okay, how long will you keep this arrangement going? He's like, till you're dead. He's like, actually, when you're dead, we need your family to bring your dead body over to our house. You know, it's a little farewell party. But they got to pay for the catering. Okay, sure thing, Jesus. I'll take a shower. I'll head over on Sunday morning. He's like, careful what you do in the shower. You know, I'm always watching. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's like, uh-huh. Just stop watching me in the shower, bro. I'll be over on Sunday, okay? He's like, yeah, when you come, do you think you'd bring me like $5, maybe $10? I just kind of fucking need it, you know? You do want to be saved, don't you? Oh, shit. All right, guys. We're wrapping this up. My fiance is mixed as well. She's half Salvadorian, half Mexican. Yeah, 2 times the crazy. So that means she'll stab me, Salvi side, and then clean up the mess so thoroughly, Mexican side, there'd be no trace of my body ever even being there, right? We got in a big argument recently. She wanted to go to the Dia de los Muertos festival, which is Day of the Dead for any white people in here, if you don't habla. And I was like, cool, dude, I love that shit. Fuck yeah, let's go. And you guys know how it is, guys. Sometimes you go straight to the dresser, you pull out the first t-shirt out of your dresser, and that's just what you're wearing that day. And that day just happened to be my I Love America t-shirt that I got for 4th of July. And I'm like, oh, let's go, let's do this. She's like, you're not wearing that? What the fuck? No way. And I was like, what? What's wrong with it? She's like, we're going to this Mexican cultural festival. You're wearing a t-shirt that says I Love America across the chest. And without skipping a beat, I go, yeah, dude, Mexicans fucking love America, okay? Last time I checked, they're dying to be here, so maybe you should just chill out. They're the most patriotic people in this country, by the way. Mexicans. Yo, I live in East LA, like I said. You ever been to East LA around 4th of July? They celebrate it like they fought in that fucking war, dude. And then no team, just cities around on their hats all the time. They're just proud to be here. Love it. Anyway, she I can see that it's starting to upset her, right? Because I'm a comedian, and anytime I see things start to escalate, I always take it to that next level, right? Because I think it's funny. She doesn't very much, but she goes, take it off, you're gonna offend somebody. And I go, you know what, babe, if they don't like it, they get the fuck out of this country. How about that? This is Trump's America now. Let's just build that damn wall. And then we didn't talk for a couple of days. And she built a wall around her vagina, like right in this area. And we sit across from each other at the dinner table. I'd be like, hey, babe, can you pass me some tapatio? She's like, fuck you, bitch, this is Mexico's side. Get your own goddamn salsa. All right, man, my name's Ryan D. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. Give it up for Rat Road Darty on the ones and twos right here. Dorking sound. Give it up for the Silver Dollar for letting us do this tonight. Give it up for all the comics you saw tonight. Give it up for Origin Graphics for making this beautiful backdrop, by the way. Yes. And give it up for yourselves for coming out. Thank you so much. My name is Ryan D. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Ryan D. This has been Comedy at the Dollar. Thank you all so much, and have a good night, everybody.